Hello and welcome to Stepping Into Her Leadership Shoes podcast with me, Kelly Brammer. I'm a leadership and business coach who decided that helping others to build successful businesses and to lead their dream lives was way more rewarding than getting back onto that corporate hamster wheel. Each week you'll hear from me and other guest experts talking about all things leadership, business and mindset. We'll be sharing insights, tips, advice and strategies that you can easily implement to help you to become a better leader of your life and your business. Hi there, today I'm going to be talking to you about setting goals that's really going to help you in creating massive success for your business. Now, have you ever felt like everybody around you are smashing their goals? They're making it look super easy to create this success. But for you, sometimes it's just a bit of a challenge. Well, I want you to kind of understand that it's not just you. You're not the only one. There are lots and lots of people out there that feel this way. And it's not that you can't go on to create that success for yourself. You just have to apply yourself in the right way. So the process of setting goals, it's such a powerful one because it enables you to think clearly about where it is that you want to be. And sometimes we forget to focus on this. Sometimes we get so embodied in the day-to-day running of things that you forget where it is that you're aiming to be because you're just doing the day-to-day. So knowing where you want to be heading and setting yourself some really amazing goals to get there is going to help you in turning that overall vision that you have for you and your business into your reality. So today I want to talk to you and share with you a few key areas that I think is really going to help you to create some amazing goals and create massive success in your life. So the first step is to actually create the vision if you've not already done it. Now, I'm pretty old school. I think I've said this in one of my previous episodes. So I like to use pen and paper. But use whatever works for you. It could be your laptop, could be tablet, mobile phone, pen, paper, post-its, whatever works for you. You're going to want to map out all of the areas that you want to focus on. Areas that you really want to focus on and change for the better. Now, this could be anything. It doesn't have to just be about your business. It could be about your physical health, your mental well-being. It could be about business. It could be about your friendships or your personal life, your love life even. There's many different areas, but the key to go with is whatever is going off in your mind, get it out and get it onto paper. Because they're the things that's really keeping you awake at night. They're the things that you know you want to change, that you know you want to do something about. So when you're doing this, think about for each one that you write down. So as an example for me, I know one of the things that keeps me up at night is my physical health isn't really where I want it to be. I'm on a journey with it, but I know that I sometimes fall off the bandwagon. So one of the things I really want to focus on is my exercise regime and making sure that I plan it out and I have the right steps in place so that I can take that pressure away and just be on this healthy journey. So for you, when you're doing this exercise, think about where you want to take each piece that you write down. So if one of your things is you want to create more financial wealth in your life, for that particular one, where are you right now? So how does it make you feel? What is the factual situation? And then think about where you want to be. So what does your target look like? Don't think about the how. Don't think about anything other than where you are right now and where you want to go with each of them. Because as we go through these steps, you'll start to figure out how you're going to make this happen. Now, as I say, I recommend doing this the old school way with pen and paper, but there are plenty of online options to do mind mapping. One of them is a free service that I occasionally use. It's called MindMap. And it's really great because you can put everything out there, you can get it off your mind, using technology to do that, and then you can just download it so you've got a copy of it and then you can relook at it and assess where to focus. So the next step is to choose a focus area, and this is the time for you to get really, really specific. Following the mind mapping exercise that we've just done, it's time for you to pick one area that you really, really want to hone in on. really focus and make some changes. And this is going to be your theme for everything else that you do during this process. Without being specific at this point, you've got your list of goals, you've got your list of things that you want to work on, but you haven't prioritised them. So you've not got focus or clarity on how and what you're going to try and move forward. So the next steps in the process, you're not going to be able to apply, you're going to start feeling overwhelmed. So pick one, go with your gut, choose the one that you want to focus on right now. We're going to park everything else. It's not saying that we'll never come back to them. Once you've gone and made some progress with this one area, you can come back, you can reassess, you can reprioritise, pick a new one up and continue on that success journey. The next step is go and set some goals. Now this is a really, really exciting bit for me. So think back to the first step. You've got your mind map. You've got all these ideas out of your mind onto paper. And then you picked a focus area. So you know what it is that you're going to be focusing on right now. So now you need to ask yourself about the how. So what is it and how is it that you're going to make this happen? You want to be really smart about this, and you may have heard about SMART goals. You may have not. So I'm just going to run through very quickly what SMART goals are and why you should use that process. So the S stands for specific. So it's getting really specific about what you want to achieve, how you're going to do it, and why you want to achieve that goal. So we've already got the what, and we've already got the why. What you don't have is the how, and these are the steps that you want to think about in this section. Next, you need your goal to be measurable. So think about how you're going to determine that you've achieved the goal. So an example could be, you want to have more time. You don't feel like you have enough time in the day to do everything that you want to do in business and in your personal life. Now, having more time is great. I'm not going to discount it at all. But it's not specific and it's not measurable, because how do you know how much time you need or how you're going to use this time once you have it? So rather than just saying you want to have more time, why not say, I want to free up more of my time so that I can go and watch the kids play football every Thursday at football practice. It's a really specific and measurable target that you're working towards, so that when you're sat there on that Thursday afternoon watching your children at football practice, you can sit back and know that you've achieved your goal. And then you can go back, look at your goals and start the process again. The next is making it attainable. So really think about, what is it going to take to actually achieve the goal? Is it going to cost you money? Is it going to cost you time? Is it effort even? Ask yourself honestly whether or not you can realistically achieve the goal that you've set. Now, I'm not saying that don't set goals that are wild and massive and are going to create huge success for you, because they're great. But you want to make sure that you can actually achieve them, because as you move through this process, you don't want to lose motivation and you don't want to fail to achieve these goals. What you want to do is celebrate your successes along the way. So when you're thinking about this overall goal, breaking it down into pieces, which we'll come on to, is really going to help you to celebrate those successes and keep that motivation there. Next is making sure that your goals are relevant. So asking yourself if the goal that you're setting out to work on is actually going to give you what it is that you're after. Now you might think, well, I've just got everything out of my head. I've prioritised it, I've thought about where I am, I've thought about where I want to be, and now you're saying, is it relevant? Now this is a really relevant part, no pun intended, but you might think that you want to achieve X, Y, and Z, but do you actually? Is that actually what you're setting out to do? Is it being true to who you are, or is it because somebody else has done it and that's why you want to do it? Now I'm not saying that that isn't always the right thing, but think about you. Think about what you want, what is relevant for you and for your journey, because your journey is the only one that is important for you. Forget everybody else. What is relevant for you? And then the last part in terms of the SMART process is timely. So this goes back to, how do you know when you've achieved something and how long is it actually going to take you? So set deadlines, but make sure that they're realistic. So it's coming back to that realistic part, because you might think, I want to earn $1 million. and I want to earn that in a year. Okay, so what's that going to take? Break that down per month, break that down per day. Is that actually realistic based on where you're at right now and where you think you're going to be? Now, it may be, and if that's the case, then brilliant. But if not, go back to it and think about what is actually achievable, what is going to be realistic, and how long is it going to take you to do that? Because the worst thing is setting yourself a goal and you're so passionate about it and you're working on it day in, day out. And then the 1st of July comes around, that was your target date and you've not met the mark. And that will put you in a place where you're disheartened and you're going to then move that timescale. And it's likely then you're going to move it again because this is the process that you've got into. So make sure it's timely, make sure it's achievable for you. So the next point, as I've mentioned, SMART goals, it's to actually think about what do you need to do and what does somebody else need to do for you. Now, I am not saying by any means that you should give everything to somebody else to do, because you are key to achieving your goals. You are your business. So you need to do some work to make this happen, but you don't need to do everything. So think about what your core skill set is. Think about what value you add to your business, and then think about everything else. So you might have invoices that need to be processed. You might have social media that you need to focus on and create designs for. But maybe you're not such a graphic person. Maybe you're not a creative person. So think about what you could delegate to somebody else in your team or outsource to somebody else that you know, like, and trust. Asking for help when you need it is so important, but it's something that we all struggle with. And it's not because we don't like the support. It's because we have some level of control. We know that our business is our baby. We know that we've got these huge goals that we're trying to achieve. And by letting somebody else in, is that going to impact it? Now, you may let somebody in and it may impact it. I'm not saying that there isn't a risk of doing so, but it's all about choosing the right person, the right provider to support you with the right things. So delegating and outsourcing is going to give you time back. If you think about it, if you've got invoices that need processing, if you've got sales marketing that you need to do, but it's not really your bag, look at who's out there. Look at your network, maybe in Facebook groups that you're part of, and think about who could help you. It's going to probably cost you money. I'd be highly, highly surprised if it doesn't. But if you can get somebody who's really experienced in doing this, it might take you 4 hours to do that job. And that could be why you're looking to move it to somebody else. But it could take that person 2 hours because they're doing this day in, day out. This is their core skill set. It's not yours. And then the last part, and the most crucial part once you've got these goals set, is to take action. So your success doesn't happen on its own. You need to take immense action every single day working on your goals. So make time for you to work on them. Make time in your diary, schedule it out, because if you don't, it's just another thing on your to-do list. Schedule the time, focus, 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 and you'll be sure to make that progress. And as you continue to make that progress, you can celebrate this success. You can celebrate the small things rather than the big things. Now, I'm not saying that you don't celebrate the big things, but celebrate the small things every single day. It's going to put you in a great frame of mind. So as you move through this journey, as you achieve these goals, there's even bigger success for you and even bigger celebrations. Get started today and see where you can take yourself and your business in the next 90 days if you commit to setting some goals and achieving massive success. Now, thank you for listening today. It's been great, and I can't wait to speak to you in next week's episode.